Gather round, children, let us mourn together. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Millennium Movies. Today we'll be doing a spoiler review of the entire Season 3 of Stranger Things. It won't necessarily be in order, but rather just some things that stood out to me and I think could be important heading into Season 4. But however, this will not be a top 5 questions heading into Season 4 video. That video will be coming to you Monday. We'll be talking about all the major questions that we have, like who is the American at the end of the post-credit scenes, what's going to happen now that Eleven's powers don't seem to be working. I'm going to cover all that stuff that deals with the future in another video coming out Monday, so you're not going to want to miss that. But this video is just going to focus entirely on Season 3. So, right off the bat, I saw many of you telling me that I was spot on with my Chief Hopper prediction, and while I did enjoy your acknowledgement, I do have to say, I don't think that he's dead. And I know right now you're probably thinking, Hawkeye, don't do that. Don't give me hope. But I'm going to give you hope. Because, of course, if you saw that post-credit scene where those Russian dudes said, no, not the American. If I've learned anything from my constant movie and TV watching, it is that unless you see the body, a character is never truly killed off. And we didn't see Hopper's body. Also, someone asked me, a subscriber of mine, I believe the Muffin Man, well, where would Elle go if Hopper died? And I said, something like probably just her Aunt Becky, but no, the fact that Elle moved in with Joyce is a deliberate and calculated move from the Duffers because it was already set up at the end of season 3 that Joyce and Hopper were going to get together, right? They were going to meet Friday at Enzo's, right, at 7 o'clock. So now, when Hopper makes his eventual return, nothing drastic has to change. He can just move right in with Joyce, and Elle will already be living with her. So it's a simple transition, right? And of course, I'm thinking about this from a writer's perspective, which is why I tend to be right about some of my predictions when I think about movies and shows, because I myself am an aspiring writer. So again, if you think Hopper returns, moves in with Joyce, Elle becomes stepsister to Will, and that will allow them to get closer, and he can learn to understand her better and become more accepting to the fact that Mike loves her. And he won't feel like he won't feel like he was feeling all of season 3, which is that he felt that Mike was spending more time with Elle than him and having fun. And it was that was breaking them apart. But I think that will change into season 4. So I think that I think he's still out there, man. I don't think that he's dead. So I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess, with season 4. But let's talk about some characters that actually, for sure, did die. I want to say hats off to the Duffer Brothers for giving Billy an actual story arc this season, and damn you for making me care about Billy the same season you decide to kill him. We actually got flashbacks to his younger self, and we really got to deconstruct him and learn to understand why he was the way he was. Because in season 2, when we saw that he had an abusive father, I was still like, so what? Billy's still a prick. But no, it actually goes much deeper than that, because at one point, and Elle tells us to Billy, and we can see it ourselves, that Billy was happy. He was a carefree kid, but then his abusive father pushed his mother away, and then when his mother was away, he basically poured all his hatred solely towards Billy, and that turned Billy into the person that he became. But damn, his scene in the sauna where we saw him plead to his sister for help, I mean, just man, that really did crush me. Dacre Montgomery killed it this season. Plus, he even got a redemption death, giving his life to save a then powerless Eleven. His last words to Max being that he's sorry. You will be missed, Billy. It's crazy that I'm even saying that, but yeah, gonna miss Billy. Next, since I don't see enough people showing this man some love, my man Alexei didn't deserve to go out like that. But, at least he won his giant prize before being ruthlessly gunned down by the Russian Terminator, who, by the way, was an awesome villain to have. He was so badass and formidable. I enjoyed every single action scene that he was in. He also even got an even cooler death scene by being thrown into the giant machine by Hopper. So I enjoyed every minute that the Russian Terminator was on screen. That was a lot of fun. But the standout new character of this season is Robin. She's just so different from everyone else. And the big reveal with her when she and Steve are in the bathroom, that she wasn't into Steve this whole time when they were talking. She's gay. I thought the Duffers did it again. Just like with Steve and Billy. They take these character tropes and they turn them upside down and swerve you. And it works because now, instead of just this alternative loner girl finally getting the popular boy of her dreams like we've seen in so many other movies out there. It's something fresh, and instead we get to see a friendship between two completely different type of people in Steve and Robin. And I think that it's important to show off those kinds of friendships, and that the fact that, guys and girls can just be friends. It doesn't always have to be this romantic storyline. So again, hats off to the Duffer Brothers and Maya Hawke for an excellent performance. I really enjoyed the character of Robin. But now, focusing on the kids, well, I guess the teens now, I'm so glad that there wasn't a huge rift between them and that they all recognized and dealt with their problems, because, Will spent the past 2 seasons being terrified and his life was in constant danger, that he missed out on a lot of time of just getting to be a kid and having fun. He just wants to do fun things with his buddies, like play D&D. But Mike and Lucas have girlfriends now, so they're usually talking about their relationship problems with each other. And then Dustin felt like, no one was paying attention to him since he got back from his trip. I mean, he has a girlfriend too, but he still wants to just hang out with his friends. But in the end, they all banded together to defeat the Upside Down once again. And in the last episode, it's pretty clear that they're all on the same page again and have a better understanding of where they are all currently. So it's just good to know that they're all still friends, because the show would really suffer if they weren't friends. The set pieces this season especially were awesome. They had you on the edge of your seat, right? I mean, certainly for me. Everything from the ending of episode 4 with Eleven having to fight off a possessed Billy, and like when she threw him through the wall, man, that was awesome. I mean, even to Nancy and Jonathan in the hospital having to fight off the flayed versions of Bruce and Heather's dad. I really feared for Jonathan's life there, because he was getting beat to all hell. And Nancy too. Nancy nearly being taken by the monster was pretty frightening. But of course, the final battle at the mall was unforgettable. So many tense moments where it looked like so many of our favorite characters could have gone out at any second. But of course, with Lucas's fireworks plan and Joyce destroying that machine, the monster was defeated. And it's looking like more and more like the Mind Flayer, if he wants things done right, he's gonna have to do it himself and stop sending pawns like the Demodogs and the Demogorgon and the Flayed and the Beast to do his bidding for him. And another set piece I missed out real quick was, I believe, from episode 7, which is where we first see the Beast in its full, like, gigantic form, right? And it goes to Hopper's house, and Eleven has to fight him off. His arms just keep busting through the walls and busting through the windows, and it's really trying to get at Eleven, right? Because that's who it really wants. It doesn't care about anyone else. It recognizes that, Eleven is the main threat to it, so it's trying to kill her and it's trying to hurt her. And it was nice to see everybody play a role in trying to help out. We see Jonathan uses his axe, Nancy's using the gun. At one point, even Lucas chops off one of the arms from the Beast, and it was cool. It took him a lot of tries though, but he did it. So it was just nice to see characters like that step up and really join the fight, because of course you can't have 11 be the one to save you every single time. And they did a very fantastic job this season of getting around that problem. You don't want it to become redundant, where it's just, oh, we're all in trouble. L, help us out. L, give us the get out of jail free card. You can't do that every time. So I enjoyed the dilemma of Eleven's problems becoming, or Eleven's powers being taken away from her, being stripped away, even if it's just temporary, because I do think it's temporary. But it's nice to have that problem, because it forces the Duffers to be more creative with how they're going to solve these problems with the Upside Down and with the Russians. So again, I very much enjoyed this season. I also want to say that the monster this season, I'm just calling him the Beast right now because it's not the Mind Flayer, but it had this very Slither vibe to it, where people are getting infected and then they die, and the monster absorbs their bodies to turn itself into an even bigger monster. So with the rats bursting, people eating fertilizer and such, it was all gross, which the movie Slither is as well. Check it out if you haven't seen it. James Gunn directed that movie. I think you'd like it if you're a fan of Stranger Things and just horror in general. But yeah, guys, this has been my review for Season 3 of Stranger Things. I absolutely loved it. I binged it all in the same day. I mean, I proposed an entire cheat day around this show. I mean, my goodness, I had pizza and brownies. It was all crazy. I had a great time, and I really enjoyed the season. The only thing that sucks is that it really did feel like it flew by to me. But I really enjoyed every single second of this season. I thought it was much better than Season 2, and that's coming from someone who loves Season 2. I think that this is probably the best season of Stranger Things by far. If I had to put it in an order, I think season 3 is the best. Season 1's probably my second favorite, and season 2 is probably in last place. But that's just by default. None of the seasons of Stranger Things have ever been bad. I love every single second of it. I enjoy these characters way too much to not like it, you know. And some people have this problem with Stranger Things, saying, "Oh, it's just 80s overload. There's no story. There's no characters." Well, that's just not true at all, because this show is rich and filled with great characters. Like I said, even new characters like Robin, you know. I'm just so happy with this season. I'm so happy that the Duffer Brothers and everybody involved nailed what they were trying to go for, which is just giving us a spectacular just meal to just devour, right, for our eyes. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this season. Cannot wait for season 4. Man, it's gonna feel like a long wait, but hey, at least we got It Chapter 2 coming in September, right? So, like I said though, I do have a top 5 questions going into season 4 video coming out Monday, so you're not going to want to miss that. And just because season 3 of Stranger Things is done, doesn't mean I'm going to be done talking about Stranger Things or all things horror and stuff related to that matter. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give a like, as it does help out my small channel a whole bunch. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon.